I have rated this content E for everyone. Hello Internet, and welcome back to the Digital Age Monster Club. My name is Mark, and today's Minecraft Monday, and first things first, you may notice that I have gone from 10 levels down to 4, and what's happened is I tried starting my game, came outside to deal with some monsters, and the next thing I know, my computer was basically stalled, and I died to a spider and a baby zombie. So, and they killed me twice because I had to go back out and try and deal with them. So, I'm not going to count those because I had absolutely no control in that situation. So, yeah, very interesting start to the video, but don't have that recorded. So, last time I had left off, I had gone down at the bottom of my base to the mine that I was building down there, and found out that the entire area that I had just situated in surrounded by lava, which is not great when you want to start at bedrock. So what I'm thinking is I might just start at, I think 16 is where diamonds spawn, rather than just build out a whole new area for it, or dig down to a whole new area for it. But right now I'm gonna get my bread reserves back up since my farm is producing at a good rate. Nope, that wasn't full. Turn up my volume a little bit, it's screaming in my ears. Alright, so I've got alright. Oh, I put my, should have seen that coming. I built the my forest right on top of my base, and I forgot that if I don't light the ground up underneath it, it'll spawn in monsters pretty regularly. So I have to. There we go. Go back and deal with that at some point. All right. How did I collect all that wheat and not do anything with it? What was I thinking? Alright. Not that. Not that. Okay. Need to build some stairs. Alright. And, oh, gotta do this quick. Alright. So, yeah. To keep monsters out, if you're gonna put a forest right next to your base, it's best to literally just place them at the same intervals as your trees are. Well, one of these is off. Alright. Because it's also, if you chop down all your trees and forget to plant them immediately, the new crop immediately, this is a good reminder of where to start at. There we go. I'll place them on the outside just to keep more of them away. Alright, yep, see, look. Already got trouble. Dang, leave me alone. Jeez, you shoot fast. Okay. Alright, that. I forgot to do that. Alright, do that. That there. Which leaves me with. Alright, so. Craft some stairs, because jumping up and down is now well past the point where I should have to do all that. Alright, and okay, that's that. Now yeah, it's not really exciting, but man, is it practical. I still remember, like, 5-6 years ago, searching around for how to build an elevator in the game, and people had their versions, but none of them worked in my version. Or my, couldn't get one to work properly. It's nice to go from, like, bedrock to, base level in, you know, like 5 seconds. There's lava nearby. There's water nearby. There's a monster nearby. If you want to cheat a little bit, just press F3 and it'll give you all the information about the game that you're running. So I am currently at 11. All right. perfect amount of bricks used, stairs used. I chiseled the next block up, because if you come down at speed, you'll just bump into them. But that's just me. Going up, you never hit them, but... It's one thing else that makes it easier on me. Oops. I have to rethink my bed. There you go. Okay. Well, it means it's daylight. He didn't die. Oh, sorry, sheep. All right. Boo. Yeah. Normally I actually don't build my forest so close, but I'll live with it. It's a really easy way to invite the game to just spawn monsters on you when you put them that close. I typically have them a lot farther away, like 20, 40 blocks typically. Okay. Alright, so now let's go back down to... Oh. Oh. Well, that's cool. Brand new way of doing that. Just vein mined all of that. Ooh, cool. I didn't realize I could vein mine cobblestone like that. Huh. Alright. Now. Let's see. Up there. Alright, so yeah, let's mark. Remove that. Not show anything I need to see, right? No. Alright. So I'm just gonna mark the XYZ coordinates in the corner, or not the corner. How do I do this? Here we go. Over here. This 16 is my elevation, so I'm just taking out the platform as a notification to myself anytime I come down here. And did not mean to do that. Alright. Now, the way I do my tunnels Alright. So the way I do it is I have two wide, or basically a 4 blocks square, and going down either side of an entrance, which is always the staircase, or when I get to my more advanced build, I will use a minecart as my entrance and exit. And the tunnel will start on either side of the entrance exit for it. So what I do is I'll start this actually as 0. So what I'll do is I'll dig behind. I forgot about that dang thing. I'll do it like that. I can still get back out that way. So this is line 0 going straight, going back, or shaft 0, or hole 0, however you want to refer to it. And you go right behind that, and you just dig in. And you go as far as you want to take it. I typically go until I find lava. And what I do is I mark the entrance always on the second torch. I will light it up. This lights out the area in front of it, the access. So over here, this is 0, and then I go 1, 2 over, and then I start my next shaft here. And I do second torch there, and the torch is just signifying that it doesn't signify anything actually. It's there to provide light for this tunnel, so I don't have to put torches all through this and then go off the light source in there. Grab this real quick. So then I go 2 more over. and then a torch. And you just keep doing this as far as you can take it, or typically what I do is until I reach lava, because just draining lava pits is, unless you have a good area or you don't want to build out a new shaft, draining a lava pit is a large, or it's a giant use of your time. And it can be better spent in other pursuits. So then, 1, 2, and then this one. So there we go. Alright, and then this way. Alright, I'm going to just kind of just show you the difference. So this is pretty dark right now. I can still see because I'm acclimated to this kind of digging. But the last, where is it? The last stretch of light, it goes off by the shading on the light on the wall. So it should be, I think, actually about here. And then all of this is the same color, but this one right here is just off. So I put my torch on this one, so all the space in between. Oh, I did that wrong. I wonder if I feel like an idiot. So 1, 2. Oh yeah, and I always put I should start with this. I always put the torches on the same side. So I start with the right side. Put the first torch on the second block in, which sufficiently lights the hallway, so you never have monsters in the hallway. And then going down in the tunnel, when the last light changes color, I think it's like 14 spaces or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 12. So whatever. That's when I put my next torch. I mean, it's really up to you how you want to do it. I just use it as a more efficient and consistent way, so that I know that when I'm using torches at a good rate. Because I did this in a former build a few years ago, is when I had all stone axes here, stone shovels here, and then just this setup, the building block, torch, bread, iron pickaxe, water bucket, and extra torches. By the time that I had used up all my pickaxes, this was completely full. And this extra space was full too, and it gave me a good way of knowing is, okay, now I need to restock and go back at, whoa, geez, what happened? Alright. So, and that's how I do my mine shafts. And the way I do it like this, with the 2 spaces here, is because if you ever go all the way in one direction, all the way in the other direction, and all the way down the shafts, you find yourself penned in, and you want to keep going, you can just go up a few blocks to, which one would it be then? This one. This one right here. You'd start up here and you'd have one layer of blocks between you, and then pardon me, and then you'd offset your build by, or your shafts by 1 block. So yeah, 1, 2, so the shaft is under here, so I'd put the new shafts this way. That way you can find all the any resources that you missed that are in these areas that you don't get to if you don't dig them out. And the last thing that I do for my mines is when I probably have the example down here, I'll show you. But when I find or reach lava, I put the torch there as not only a way of making sure that I have the mine shaft lit up in that way, so that if I come down that direction, I don't have monsters spawning down there for any reason whatsoever. You don't want monsters in your mine shaft, especially creepers. The last thing you want to do is have them blow up, kill you, and destroy or destroy resources that you wanted, like emeralds or diamonds or redstone if you really need it, whatever it works. But I'll put the torch at the end. I go back, go all the way up, and then what I do is I put a torch, another torch at the front of that shaft. So if I was going through this hole, let's say I was starting on this side, I'm coming down, I go down, okay, I haven't gone through that one, I haven't gone through that one, and this one. Oh, I went to lava on this one, so I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to continue. So this one, I haven't gone with this one, so I'll just go here. And alright. And then I just keep going that way. And you go on and on and on. The only other thing, I don't think it happens in PC Minecraft, but in console version, I don't know if they've made it fully procedural yet. But in the console versions and the original Minecraft, when they actually had build limits, the only other thing I ever did was I would put a third torch. It's 3 torches in one shaft that told you that if you take this shaft all the way down, you're going to hit the edge of the world. That was the only other thing I've ever done with this, really. So, quick recap. Put all the torches on one side, put one on the second block in, so that you always have your hallway lit up at a decent light level, so you never just come down in the hallway and suddenly there's monsters there. Put one at the very front, so you have 2 torches. That signifies you've gone down to lava. Put a torch on the block that actually is blocking lava. And if you need to go up or down a level and keep going because you've encountered lava, whatever, just offset by 1 block, your shafts by 1 block, so you can have access to resources that you might have missed in the 3rd layer of blocks above your head that you didn't get to because you didn't dig them out. But yeah, this build allows me to see 3 blocks worth on your x-axis and 4 on your y. And I've been using this method since 2010, like maybe 8 months after I first started playing Minecraft. I was looking for a way better way of actually mining that was more efficient, and I found this to be, I don't think I found an equal to it yet. I mean, it's far more organized than any kind of random digging I've ever seen, especially from like casual Minecraft players. I mean, with my method here, I've never been confused on where I've been and where I haven't gone yet, and I know that I'm never running into monsters, and I always know when I'm reaching lava, and that's the biggest things you want to look for when you're going. When you're digging out a mine, or you're just digging for resources down here. Now the other thing you'll see me do is, anytime I find resources and I dig them out, I also fill in the holes. I want to keep my... Damn. I meant to look for that. Thought I put on... Well, that doesn't work. Alright. So as I was saying, so I fill in the holes, the walls, whatever, for when I dig out resources. One, it keeps the mineshaft level, so I'm never suddenly in a different vertical axis, so I don't just drop down from 16 to like 15 or 14, and I don't realize, and I just keep digging straight forward, and then I realize that I've got a whole shaft that's off level. It's kind of annoying. That's happened to me, I think, twice in the 8 years I've been playing this game. 9 years. And yeah, I'd gone like 50 blocks and just filling in all that space. So I was not happy with myself. So one, make sure that you're always on the same vertical axis. Two, it prevents you from going off on the your horizontal axis. And it also, if you don't find any other resources that are behind the original resource that you dug out, or if it's just like the gravel, you wanted to dig out the gravel, or that andesite, or however it was, it just says you grabbed what you wanted there. There's nothing really to see here now. Just keep going along. And that's pretty much how my mine works. It's not too complicated, I hope, but I've had years of practice with it. It's very straightforward, and you should never be able to get like turned around. Like the most annoying thing to it, I suppose, is if you take it like hundreds of meters down, you run out of either your tools, all your tools durability exit, or is all your tools, their durability reaches their end, or your inventory fills up, or you have no more food or torches or whatever, and you have to turn around, you have to come back. Going through those hallways is long, it's tedious, but once you come out and you turn on the hallway, your double block hallway, you know exactly where you're going to get out and start all over again. And that's how my mine shafts work. So if someone has a more efficient method, I'm certainly open to checking it out. I've never really had a need to check it out. But I certainly think that this works better than anything I've ever seen. And hopefully it will do as well for you as it does for me. The only other thing that I will tell anyone who wants to use this method is, regardless of how good you are at mining, you carry a water bucket with you. Because whether lava's in front of you, to your side, above, or below, if you jump in lava, you're on fire. And if you jump out of the lava, you're able to do that, or you're still in the lava and you're a few blocks deep and it's killing you, water. And the water will turn the lava source blocks into obsidian, and it will turn any non-source lava blocks into regular stone. And it also has the added benefit of putting you out. So if you do manage to die there, you're probably not going to have all your stuff burn up, which is very nice, because I've seen the people that have done full diamond sets or whatever, and then just covered in lava, and it's all gone, and it's like enchanted gear. It's like 64 stacks of cooked steaks, and like sea lantern light source blocks, and it's just, you just see all of it goes up in flame, and it's both funny and it's sad as an experienced digger. So yeah, anyways, that's how I do my mines. So between this video and the next, I'm going to be doing some digging off camera, I think, just to dig up resources, because that's just boring to watch. And then when I come back, I think I'm going to start hitting up exploring outside. So I want to go after that the desert temple that I saw, and I'm gonna go take a look at the ocean again and see if there's anything out there. and maybe go through the woods a little bit and see if there's anything in there that I've missed. And I'll think about getting some animals on my farm too. So that's it for this video. Thank you for joining me. I hope it's been very informative and very helpful for you if you're new to Minecraft. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.